What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NBA DFS video for Monday, April 29th. We are back. It's been a minute since we've done NBA content on this channel, but we have still kept it up on the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, NBA tab, Vegas odds, bets, simulations, fantasy points allowed by position, our DFS chalk. We've got it all for you. If you have questions, let us know. But we are back for this because we've had a couple of other videos where people have asked for some NBA content, so I wanted to bring it back. So if you'd like some things in these videos, let us know. Obviously, we've got about a month left of playoffs, and then we've got the finals. And yeah, so we are going to take advantage of what we've got for NBA. So we're going to look it over. We're going to look at the Vegas odds. We're going to look at the plays. We're going to see if anything makes sense. Obviously, when there's 3 games, you got to find those plays that might be a little bit different, and maybe you're not used to them. But there's just ways to go about building lineups. There's ways to figure it out when there's only a total of 6 total teams. So we're going to go over there, and we're still having a giveaway. So same thing. Like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment on this video. If this video gets at least 50 likes and you've left a comment, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus that includes a week of MLB, NBA, NASCAR, PGA as well. If the video gets 100 likes, a chance to win a free month. 150 likes, a chance to win a free $200 year. And if this video or any of our videos ever get 200 or more likes, you have a chance to win a $500 lifetime pass. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Vegas odds real quick. Actually, the second way to win, like the video and be a subscriber, and tell me who is going to score the most amount of DraftKings fantasy points and how many fantasy points will they score. If you get it closest without going over, you will win a free week. If you get it exactly correct, one guess per person, you will win a free month of FTA Plus. So we just look at this. So we've got Boston as a 10-point favorite right now. They opened, and it's the current one. OKC versus New Orleans. OKC being opening as a 6.5-point favorite has gone down to 5 right now. And then the Lakers at Denver. Lakers, life is on the line here. They won the last game. They gotta win out to advance. Probably a pretty hard task. But if Vegas wants to see a good match between this, we could see Lakers pull it through. So we look at this, and Denver opened up as a 7.5-point favorite. As of right now, it's moved to a 7-point favorite. So looking at the over-unders, not the biggest over-unders. We're used to like 230, 240 being huge. Boston, Miami's 203.5, opened at 204. OKC, 206, opened at 207.5. And then Lakers, Nuggets, over-under 216.5, open up as a 218.5. So every single over-under has moved down a little bit. So this is something to monitor, because check this throughout the day and we will see if anything changes. So on the website, we do have chalk plays. Those chalk plays help you if you're playing cash or tournaments. I don't know if anyone's still playing cash with only 3 games, but that's what we've got. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look at each team. We're going to look at all the players in each team that makes sense in each game. And then we're going to give you our top 5 players with both DVP and projected fantasy points towards the end of this video. So let's just take a look. Jimmy Butler is out. Terry Rozier is out. So Butler being out, he's out. Not going to be playing. So obviously it'll bump up some value here. Other places, Jaquez Jr. would make sense. So we look at this, and now OPRK, people are thinking it's like DVP, and it's not. They don't really match up as much, so we can kind of look at that. But players we've been using this tournament, Jovic here, matchup-wise, not the huge matchup for him. He's playing the minutes there. The fantasy points have been there the past couple of games. He's still only 4,800, so he is a cheaper option that you want to look for. Haywood Highsmith is a cheaper option as well. Hasn't really done much he's right around the 4,000 mark. The minutes have been there. He just has not brought it to the table for Miami. Caleb Martin's another one, power forward, game log wise. The minutes have been there for him. Very inconsistent with what he's brought. Dropped him down to 4,500, but very inconsistent. I don't know if you can really trust him. And then Boston. Depends if they get up big in this game and they put some people in, but Pritchard, Hauser, these guys make sense. Duncan Robinson has dropped so far. He's 3,300. If you just look, he used to be like 5,000, 6,000. He's dropped down, has not done anything. He's not really playing minutes, so Duncan's probably out in this game for me as well. Moving to the OKC New Orleans game, SGA makes sense. Obviously, Zion's out for this game, so it's a big man out. So we still take some exposure. Someone's going to get those minutes. Herbert Jones could be that dude. Obviously, SGA makes sense. All these upper guys make sense. But you are looking for some value plays here to, help build those lineups. So we will build a lineup through here. Again, these are initial lineups. They will change. We do have simulations and stuff like that on the website. Also, in the description of this video is the link to our Discord channel. If you want to check it out, get in there. Ask for bets. We go with bets. So show your bets and go back and forth with some people. We give core plays for this as well. So we drop down a little bit. Lou Dort has been in lineups lately. 4,400. He's getting right around 20 fantasy points. The minutes have been there. He just has not produced in those minutes. Some value. Jose Alvarado, we used him during the season. He really hasn't done anything either. I'm probably off that dude right now. Cason Wallace has been a go-to value pick all year. At 3,500, we can afford like a 15.5 game because then you can afford everyone else. Just when you're getting into 3 game sets here, it's very hard to take that all the way. Gordon Hayward's another one, 3,100. The minutes aren't there for him. He's really come down to who he used to be. So, again, don't get too creative with some of these value picks because it's going to be mostly the main big dudes in most of the games. The game's on the line here. AD has to ball out. James has to ball out as well. D'Angelo Russell, depending on which D'Angelo Russell you're going to get, are we going to get the 35, 37 fantasy point, or are we going to get the 24-minute 10.25 fantasy points? That's the problem with him. But again, Lakers season on the line. We'll go with it. So I don't mind him. We've got some questionable, but these guys are going to play. Jamal Murray, he played Saturday, 39 minutes. He's going to play, just questionable most likely. You come down here, you want to find like a Reggie Jackson, 3,200. I wouldn't use him. The minutes aren't there. The fantasy points aren't there. Vanderbilt, I doubt going to do much. He's actually played he hasn't played. Questionable ahead of Monday's game. Yeah, has not played the playoffs. He's not already been ruled out. You could see at 3,200. I'm okay with that. Has he played? Yeah, he hasn't played Denver this year. So he would be a value option if he plays. Who knows if he's actually going to play, though. So, yeah, I wouldn't go any further down than Vanderbilt, but I highly doubt I go with Vanderbilt much. If I make multiple lineups, possibly. You got Justin Holiday. The minutes aren't there either. So don't overthink the playoffs like this. We will build a lineup here, but we will give you some top plays. So looking at the point guard, SGA, got him, and these projections are early projections. They're basically floor projections. We've got him right around 48 to 50 fantasy points. Number 2 is Jamal Murray. So SGA has 8th DVP, so not the best. Jamal Murray, as long as he's playing here at 8,200, 26th DVP here against the Lakers, projected right around 45 to 48 fantasy points. Number 3 is Tyler Hero, 7th DVP, so not the best, but someone's got to step up while Butler's out. Right around 39 to 42 fantasy points. Number 4 is CJ McCollum, 11th DVP here against OKC, but someone's got to pick up Zion's minutes and production. We've got McCollum here about 38 to 40. And then number 5, kind of the same thing, Brandon Ingram, 15th DVP, so a little bit better DVP for him, 37 to 38 39 fantasy points. Moving to shooting guard, we've got Jaylen Brown, not the best, but again, Miami's shorthanded. Jaylen Brown, 5th DVP, we're right around 37 fantasy points. Number 2 is Trey Murphy, 15th DVP, right around 32 fantasy points. Number 3 is Austin Reeves, 7th DVP, but their season is on the line here. Everyone's got a ball out, 31 to 32 fantasy points. Number 4 is Derek White, 16th DVP against Miami, so right in the middle, 29 to 32 fantasy points. And number 5, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I do love him at 4,700. He has got the 26 DVP against the shooting guard, and we're looking right around 22 to 25 fantasy points. So a little bit of value there. If you take him and a couple other people, you can pay up for a lot of people. Moving to the small forward, LeBron James, about 50, right around 52 to 55. If we can get him out of their questionable tag, but we can kind of see. We know who he is. The minutes have been there. The fantasy points are right around there. If we can get a game here, 64 fantasy points, probably could be pretty good for him. So, obviously, we need to look at that. Number 2, Jason Tatum against Miami, 25th DVP, 48 to 52 fantasy points. Love Jason Tatum. You will save 400 if you don't go with LeBron James. Number 4 is Jalen Williams against New Orleans. 4th DVP, so not the best, but we're looking about 36 to 38 fantasy points out of him. And then one of them I do like, real middle tier at 6,600. Michael Porter Jr. against the Lakers, 22nd DVP, right around 36 to 38 fantasy points. We look at him game log wise, it's where he's been. He's lived 36 and up out of here. Is 6,600, but I do not mind him at all, especially in a game like this where they're going to be obviously heavily guarding Jokic and trying to stay in this game. So we move to the power forward. Kristaps Porzingis, not the best. He's got 2nd DVP out of 30, so 2nd worst overall. We're right around 35 fantasy points out of him. Number 2 is Aaron Gordon here against the Lakers. 13th DVP, right around 35 to 38 fantasy points. Jaime Jaquez Jr., so we look at him. So this shows 2nd DVP, or it shows 2nd, so people are thinking that. He's actually got 6, so a little bit better. The minutes have been there for him. Fantasy points, not so much, but he is 5,400, so they've dropped him down a little bit. So I do not mind him here. We're looking about 27 to 30 fantasy points. Herbert Jones against OKC, 15th DVP, 23 to 25. And then Nikola Jovic here, 6th DVP, a little bit salary relief if you're paying down, right around 20 to 24 fantasy points. Then we get to the center position don't overthink the center position, but obviously Jokic is at the top, right around 67 to 70 fantasy points. If you look at what he's done lately, it's kind of gone in waves, and the games have been close. So he's played the minutes. Just depends. Almost 80 fantasy points here, 58 here, 75 here. So wouldn't be surprised. We do got him right around 65, but don't be surprised if he's around 70. Anthony Davis has a fantastic matchup here against Denver. 29th DVP, right around 58 fantasy points. So we look at him, 9,700. He's balled out here. The minutes have been there as long as he stays healthy. He's been getting 60. He's got 65 plus in 2 of them, and then 52 plus in the 2 others. And he's only $100 more than what he was last game. So I do not mind AD here at number 2. Number 3, Bam Adebayo, 15th DVP against Boston here, 42 to 45 fantasy points. Number 4 is Chet Holmgren, 7th DVP, so not the best, 36 to 38 fantasy points. And then you got, if you want to find some value here, I don't know if it'll be much. Jonas Valanciunas here, 1st DVP, so the worst matchup for him. We're looking about 28 to 30 fantasy points out of him. So those are just some of the projections. If you want to see the rest, go to FTA Plus NBA. Then you can go down to player projections. We also have the cheat sheet where we give like 7 to 8 plays at each position for you there. So just kind of looking at some of these plays. We didn't talk about all of them, but they've got great DVP. They've got great matchups. This is going to be one of the lineups that I do go with. So Peyton Pritchard is 3,900. This is value. It probably doesn't come along. Well, you know what? Let's not go with Peyton Pritchard. The problem is you've got to find the value somewhere. And it might not be there for him, especially in a game like this where if they get control, but the game stays a little bit closer, we might not get a ton out of him. So we're going to start with point guard. We're going to go Josh Giddey, 5,500. Pretty good odds there. 31 minutes. The minutes have been there. He's coming off a really good game. So I'm going to put him in there as number 1. The other one we talked about, Austin Reeves against the Nuggets, got to stay in this. He's averaging 31.7 fantasy points per game. I do not mind that at all for what I am looking at. Small forward. Small forward, where are we going to go? Is it going to be Lou Dort, who, 4,400, he is cheaper. Kind of, you're expecting right around 20 to 24 out of him. If we can get something a little bit more, I'm okay with that, obviously. Another one is Al Horford that we talked about. This shows first DVP, game log wise. The minutes are weird for him. This is one where if they can get up a little bit, I think he gets the minutes that we need. Again, this is an initial lineup. After news comes out of anyone being in or out, it obviously will change a little bit. This is a tournament lineup as well. Valanciunas is one, coming off a bad game, so I think a lot of people will be off him. Only 12 minutes there. But if he can get around 20 to 25, I think we could see some value out of him. So that is one that I am looking at as well. So then we got a guard, forward, and a utility to go from there. And I want to go with Denver here. Jamal Murray's got a fantastic matchup DVP-wise and fantasy point outage there. That's what I'm going with. Aaron Gordon's another one. I want to go back-to-back with the Denver plays here against the Lakers. We look at Aaron Gordon, game log. The minutes have been there. He's coming off a bad game. I think his ownership will be down a little bit, and that's what we need to do when we have, 3 games, and we go from there. So that leaves us with 9,700. AD is my guy. I'm going to save a little bit of money and not pay up Jokic. This is one lineup. I'll make multiple lineups. This is one that we can go with. So that is just a little bit. Again, do not take these videos as end-all, be-all. We are wrong. We are right. It depends on what night it is. But this is just one way to do it. Again, you got to get creative. You got to find those ways to build those lineups out and feel confident about it. So that's what I've got in this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. If you want to see anything else in these videos or MLB videos or anything, you can drop it down in the general chat in the Discord. You can drop it down here. You can always email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. So good luck on the NBA tonight. Go check out our MLB video. I will link it at the end of this video. It might be up on the screen right now. And don't forget to subscribe. So good luck, and as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace!